Hey everyone, today we're diving into this really powerful framework for unity. It's drawn from a sermon by Pastor David Catalyst Church, and honestly, it's a fascinating look at how any group, not just a church, right, can build a connection that's both deep and lasting. So let's unpack how it all works.
All right, so let's just start with a huge question, one that I think we all wrestle with. How on earth can a group of really different people, with all kinds of backgrounds, different personalities, how can they find true, lasting unity? I mean, this is a challenge that pops up absolutely everywhere, from our jobs to our communities, even entire countries.
Okay, so the sermon we're pulling from takes that giant universal question and really zeroes in on a specific context. Pastor Dave asks, how do we, as the church, become a healthy, unified church? That right there is the core problem this whole framework is built to solve.
So, to tackle that question, the sermon doesn't just treat unity like some item on a checklist. No, it frames it as a quest. And that quest kicks off with this really crucial shift in how we think about the very foundation we're building on. And here it is, that crucial shift I was talking about. The point isn't to try and create unity out of thin air. It's to maintain a unity that from this perspective is already there. So the work isn't about inventing something new, it's about preserving something precious. And believe me, that changes everything.
Okay, so if the job is to maintain this unity, not create it, how do we actually do that? Well, this framework gives us a set of core pillars, these foundational principles that are seen as absolute. You could call them the non-negotiables.
And you guessed it, there are 7 of them. 7 key ideas that really form the bedrock of this whole thing. Let's dig in and see how they all fit together, starting with number 1.
First up, we have the idea of one body. And it's a simple concept, but it's so powerful. Think about it. Even though every single person is a unique individual, they're all spiritually connected under one single identity. It's kind of like different parts of a single living, breathing organism.
And the sermon actually points to this passage from Romans to really drive this home. It paints such a clear picture, we're all these different members, but together we make up one body in Christ. It's all about finding unity in our diversity, not in spite of it.
All right, the second pillar is one spirit. So if the community is the one body, then you can think of the Spirit as the shared supernatural power that brings it to life. It's what guides, equips, and really connects everybody within that body.
But, the framework also throws in this little warning from 1 John, which adds a whole other layer of, discernment. It's basically a reminder that this one spirit is a specific guide. It's not just any feeling or influence. The community has to actively work together to recognize it and follow it.
Okay, pillar number 3, one hope. You often build the strongest unity when everyone is looking in the same direction, right? And that's exactly what this is about. It's the shared, forward-looking belief in a very specific future that binds everyone together. It gives them a common destination.
And wow, this quote from Revelation just captures that shared destination so powerfully. I mean, it's this incredibly vivid vision of a future with no more suffering, and that's a promise that gives the whole community its ultimate purpose.
Number 4 is one Lord. This one is all about allegiance. It's about establishing unity because everyone is under a single absolute authority. One king, one boss, one commander, and that person is identified as Jesus.
And this bit from Romans is key because it directly ties that personal declaration, literally saying Jesus is Lord, to the very heart of the faith. It's a declaration of allegiance to that one leader that everybody in the community shares.
All right, moving on to number 5, one faith. Now this is a neat distinction. If one Lord is about who you follow, then one faith is all about what you believe. This is what grounds the unity in a common set of core truths, a shared story, really, about who God is and what He's done.
And the sermon brings in this classic definition from Hebrews to explain it. It shows that faith, in this context, isn't just some vague, fuzzy feeling. No, it's a solid conviction. It's a real assurance. And that's the foundation for what the whole community believes together.
Okay, our 6th non-negotiable is one baptism. This one is all about a shared ritual. It's a public, physical act that serves as a powerful symbol, a symbol of a shared identity and a shared story with Christ. It's like a visible sign that says, hey, I belong to this one body.
And the symbolism here runs really, really deep. This passage explains that baptism is way more than just a ceremony. It's this profound shared identification with the death and resurrection of Jesus. It's an experience that truly unifies everyone who takes part in it.
And that brings us to the final one, the seventh principle, one God and Father. You can think of this as the capstone. It's the ultimate belief that supports everything else we've talked about. It's the core conviction that there is just one, single, all-encompassing God who is truly over all.
Now you might be thinking, hang on, isn't one Lord and one God kind of the same thing? And that's a fair question, but the sermon makes a really key distinction here. One Lord refers to the specific authority of Jesus as the king, the commander. One God and Father is about the much broader, singular nature of God who is over everything and everyone. It's a subtle difference for sure, but an important one.
All right, so we've just walked through all 7 pillars. That's the how. But what about the why? I mean, why does any of this even matter? What's the end game here? What's the ultimate result of achieving this kind of unity?
Well, according to this framework, this unity leads to 2 huge results. First, it acts as a witness to the outside world. The idea is that when people see this incredible deep connection, it serves as a powerful sign of God's love. And second, the community itself is changed from the inside out. The members actually become more Christ-like and start acting together with one mind.
So, there you have it. That's the framework. 7 pillars that are distinct, but at the same time deeply woven together. You've got everything from a shared identity in one body to a shared destiny in one hope, all of it under one God. And it kind of leaves us with this final big question to chew on. When you see a structure this interconnected, what does that reveal about the very nature of belief and community itself?